And now from the desk of the superintendent's office, it's time for Super News. And on this special edition of Super News, we'll get to meet some of our super teachers, the Dynamic Dozen, our Teachers of the Year. Let's meet them now.
The best part about being a teacher is that I meet students at a crucial time in their development and growth. And by developing a relationship based on love and trust, I'm able to teach not only their minds, but also their hearts, which leaves a positive and lasting impact on the both of us.
It's all about the children, and they, they delight you. They really do. They love you, and it's nice coming to work every day and being loved. It's true.
Every child has a chance on learning and learning in their own way. And for the end result, of course, it's fourth grade, so we teach the need for the LEAP test, but to be able to do their best that they can do when they're taking any test and to carry them forward through all their years of school.
My favorite thing about teaching is my relationships that I make with the kids. As I said before, that teaching them from kindergarten to fifth grade, I really get to know them individually.
I definitely want them to feel growth throughout the year. I want them to succeed always and feel successful. And I really hope that the relationships we form last, that they remember things that I taught them, not just academically, but just lifelong lessons, really.
After my students leave my classroom, I hope that they have the ability to analyze historical documents, to think critically, to understand that history is not just a subject that is distant past, but impacts them personally. And I hope that the study of history inspires them to be better people.
One of the things I love most about teaching is no 2 days are the same. No 2 hours are the same, honestly, with the amount of kids that you teach and it gets to meet every single day. Every single moment is different and it keeps you on your toes and it challenges you in the most difficult ways, but also it's just such rewarding.
Because it is a career that is going to push you to your limits, but I think what I love most about it is that it's always ongoing. You're always growing from it, and you can always become better. And I think that for a lot of people that drive, it's going to help you to continue to want to become a better person. Whereas many careers, I feel like you get that job, you do it, and you do the same thing every day, which can become redundant. Whereas in education, every day is different. So I think that's something that's really exciting.
And the students teach me just as much as I feel I can teach them. And so every year is a new group of kids. I can't say no to the challenge. I can't say no to the challenge of inspiring the youth or them inspiring me and being part of the education field, especially now that, so much of it is changing. And I feel a duty, a sense of responsibility to the education field now to be a part of those changes and make them work, or to step up and say what else needs to be done to make it better.
Well, we have to be tough, but we also have to care about these kids, teach them another way of doing things than what they know, because obviously they're there for a reason. So I think a lot of people think that they just go there and it's fun and games, and that's not the way it is. There's a lot of work that goes into teaching a student that comes to an alternative school.
I keep teaching because I get more out of it than I feel I would get in any other occupation out there. When the students really want to learn and get engaged and they give you feedback, there's nothing else in the world quite like it. So I keep teaching because I feel that it's the best way to give back to the community, and I love it when students make these connections and learn.
Every child in my classroom has a goal. Their goals may be different. A goal for one child might look extremely high, and a goal for another child might be, let's just get through reading 10 words in a minute. As long as I'm setting goals that are attainable for each child on their own level, they will be successful.
I believe that my students are successful if they leave me with a love for learning that continues through later years, knowing that they can succeed in anything they put their mind to.
I love having the students that I have. It's very culturally diverse at Arabi Elementary. Our school actually has 13 countries and 7 different languages being spoken, which I think is amazing. Just to have that culture and being exposed to those customs and traditions, I think is fabulous.
It's been a great journey, and I'm so happy I chose this career and helping children and just meeting so many wonderful people that I'm working with and have worked with. It's been wonderful.
I found our administration over at Riley to be very supportive of us, willing to help, willing to go the extra mile. You can call any of the instructional coaches here. They're willing to come help you. What do you need? I have yet to meet someone who is not helpful. Miss Lametta, I asked for the kids at Raleigh to have access to AR. She got that for me. It's wonderful. They're not reading as many books as I would like yet, but they're doing it, and it's great.
They always put the kids first, and I think that's the most important thing. Sometimes you just need to push aside the curriculum and just say, okay, let's get to the root of the problem today. And by putting the student first, I think is what really makes a difference. And I think that's what makes Arabi so awesome.
At Mira Elementary, our teachers and our administration are willing to do anything to make the kids happy, to make the kids succeed.
Hands down, our school system is amazing, and that we have so many people that are dedicated to really pushing our children. We're really lucky to be handed a lot to give to our kids. Many other districts don't have that luxury. They're having to, come up with their own materials. They don't have the technology that we have. We pretty much have everything in the palms of our hands. So to utilize it, and sometimes it might be overwhelming because you feel like you have so much being given to you, but you have to sit back and realize that that's really something that we need to appreciate because not everybody has that luxury.
I knew, it's a cliche answer, but I knew I wanted to be a teacher my whole life. I remember being at Sebastian Roy in elementary school and mimicking and dressing up as the teachers. They would even give me some of their old teacher edition books to go play with because they knew I was always pretending to be a teacher when I went home.
Growing up with education around me, it just felt natural to me. When we were little, my sister and I, we had chalkboards in our house. My dad would bring home teacher's guides, and we played school all the time. So I think that it was just the natural route for me. And I'm very blessed to have chosen it because I wake up every day and I don't feel like I'm going to work, and it's a really great feeling.
I went to school at St. Claude Heights, then went to Arabi Park Middle, where my mom was a math teacher, and then after that, Andrew Jackson. After Andrew Jackson, I went to LSU, thought I was going to be a Tiger, lasted only 2 weeks, got homesick, came home to UNO, and then that's when I switched and knew that I wanted to be a teacher.
I continued on with my education, but I think I was lucky enough to have good teachers that I wanted to emulate and spent my time playing. And when it came down to picking a major, after I went past all the other majors that everybody else was in, I had an honest conversation with myself and ended up that teaching was my gift. It was my calling. And so I gave into it and fell in love.
And I went back to school with the 20-year-olds when I was in my 40s, and I went to Nunez, right in the parish, for a year and a half, and then I went to UNO and graduated within 4 years and stayed in the parish to teach. So it was kind of like a calling that I had at the beginning of my life, I guess you would say, or my working life, but I got to do what I wanted to do, and I love it, and I really don't work because I love what I do.
There are many reasons that I enjoy teaching in St. Bernard Parish. There are 2 reasons that stick out the most to me. First, I think of my mom. She taught for 40 years, and I remember growing up in St. Bernard Parish, and everywhere we went, people walked up to her and said, you changed how I viewed school, or you're the reason why I went to college, or you're the reason why I pursued this career. So witnessing that on a weekly basis was really inspirational. And it's where I'm from as well. So I get to teach in the community where I'm from. And I think that's important because I grew up in St. Bernard Parish, and I'm a proud product of the public school systems here. So now I have the opportunity to give back to the community that I feel gave me so much.
A lot of people in my family were teachers, including my mom and my grandma. So always kind of been around teachers my whole life. I actually came to St. Bernard from Virginia originally through the Teach for America teaching program. And when I got here, I just fell in love with the city and with the people that I work with. They're just the best people in the world. And here I am 4 years later.
And I love when students actually, you can tell they retain the information and light bulbs go off and they're learning. There's no other feeling like that when that happens.
It's all about the team and the students and being successful, and they prepare you for that and they help you with that. They help you to be the best teacher that you can be.
It went from one school with trailers, St. Chalmette High with trailers, and just the devastation that this area suffered to, 5 years into where it was, and then now to see it even more where it is just tremendous. It's incredible. And the community has benefited from it, and the students and the teachers, and it's just an incredible school system, and it's top notch, top in the state.
Congratulations to these 12 outstanding educators who represent all of the good things happening in our schools each day. Would also like to salute our 3 parish-wide Teachers of the Year: Chris Deere from Chalmette High School, Erin Johnston from Davies Elementary, and Sharon Landry from Tris Middle School. We thank you for your commitment in the classroom, and congratulations. And that will do it for this edition of Super News, and we'll see you next time, where we always let the Super News roll.